this guy. Stuck on a math problem, not sure what to do, feeling frustrated because you just don't get it. Well, let me help you because you are not alone. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. Are you trying to figure out how to find the slope of a line? Well, what does slope even mean? If you were to look at a graph and we wanted to find the slope of a line, well, let's just say I have some points on my graph of -3 and 4, and another set of ordered pairs of 2, -6. In fact, let's see, how do we graph those points? And what do they even represent? Well, much like the alphabet, X always comes before Y. So this first value that you see in this set of ordered pairs represents an X. And what follows represents the Y. That is the same in this second set of ordered pairs. We have an X value followed by a Y value. If I want to graph these points, the first point, the X value, which as you can see is on the horizontal axis here, and the Y value is our vertical line here. So because I'm trying to graph X, I'm always going to go left or right first. This first value says -3. So if I go into the second quadrant, that is to my left, I'm going to go left 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go up 4 because it's positive. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is where that coordinate now sits. I don't need those other points. Those were just guiding me in direction. If I was to plot the other ordered pair of 2, -6, the X is now positive. So I'm going to go right 2 points, and then I'm going to go down 6 points because that's, again, where that negative value sits. These 2 points, if connected, will form a line. Now it's really hard for me to draw straight lines, so hopefully you can see that. What slope is what is the incline of that line. I can calculate that from a graph, or I can calculate it from these points itself. I didn't even need to graph it. There's a formula for slope, and slope always has the symbol m. So our slope, or our m, in a linear equation, for those of you who know your linear equations, it is y equals mx plus b. Don't worry, we're not graphing a line in this video. But m, our slope, is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. As we started, we already had our x and y values. It doesn't matter which one you consider your first set and which one you consider your second set. So to not forget, sometimes it's helpful just to put, these are our first values, these are our second values. And now we can substitute, that means replace these with our numbers. As you can see, our y2 value over here comes from this value of y2 of -6. So we can write in -6 here. Now I need to subtract my y1 value. My y1 value is coming from that first set of pairs we looked at. So I need to subtract 4. All of that is going to get now divided by our x2, and x2, as we can see, is coming from this 2 over here. So let's go ahead and put our 2, and now let's subtract our x1. Well, what was our x1 value? Let's follow it up. It was a -3. So let's put in -3. Now let's put brackets around that just so that we don't forget that we are subtracting a negative number. Because when you do that, subtracting a negative actually turns that into addition. So in the denominator, we actually have 2 plus 3, making 5. In the numerator, we have -6 minus 4 more, which is -10. -10 divided by 5 is -2. So that is the answer for our slope of a line. which, if we had taken points on the graph, we can calculate from our rise over run. Rise, because that is your vertical shift. And run, if you are running on the pavement, that is a horizontal platform. So that is your X value. So from 1 point, we could simply look at the rise of 2 and a run of 1, and there's another point on the graph. There's a rise of 2 and a run of 1. There's another point on the graph. And so this slope should stay the same all the way down. One thing you should have noticed is that our slope is negative. Negative slopes always point down to the right because there are 4 types of slopes. Slopes that are positive go up to the right. Slopes that are negative go down to the left. If we had a horizontal line, there is no incline at all. So those slopes have a slope of 0. And the last type of slope is a vertical line. And those are considered undefined because there is no run. You are not going left or right at all. And if you have a run of 0, you can't divide by 0 because that will come out as an error. That is undefined. So if you are trying to calculate slope, you can either look at a point on the graph or you can take your ordered pairs and plug those numbers into the equation. I hope that helps you solve finding slope of a line.